Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. It's been a little while. Been having to do some work and making sure the bank doesn't come knocking, So back at the jobs here again now today. I'm going to get a few odds and ends done, but of course I'm going to start off with the chicken brooder and try to get that into a bit more of a usable condition, because our 4 hens that we're currently keeping inside the house in our mini brooder, we'll say, they're getting to be pretty big girls, alright, and they are ready to move outdoors. They're getting a little bit on the smelly side, and they're just getting more active and outgrowing their small little chick brooder that I started them off in. So anyways, we need to get back to work at this. The main thing I need to do today is get some caulking put on it and some paint. I think caulking and paint will get pretty good start on the finishing touches on this project, but overall I think we're pretty close to just taking this outside, and a roof on it will probably be one of the last things to happen, and it'll be fully usable at that point. But one thing I want to do before I go climbing around inside the brooder and caulking things and painting things, I want it on a bit more of a secure platform. Right now I'm just using these metal workbenches, and I don't really know as far as the weight rating and how much this coop actually weighs, this brooder. So I don't want to be adding almost 200 more pounds to this on a regular basis, and potentially just collapsing the whole thing down to the ground. So I want to get it moved onto the base that I built there in one of the last videos, and on a bit more of a secure footing. So that's the way I'm going to begin today, is try to get this brooder moved onto the sled, onto that kind of sled base that I built, and get it more secure. Then we'll get into caulking, painting, and while the paint's drying, maybe we'll do some more projects around and give you an update as far as the chicks, or the poults, and the baby bunnies. I think that'll be a pretty good rounded out video, and maybe even a quick little view of the garden as well. So that's it, let's get to it. Hopefully you enjoy the video, and hopefully I get as much done as I'm aiming to. We'll see what happens. Alright, let's go. Alright, first thing I want to do is I want to make the base a bit more sturdy, a bit more spaced out, because I want to fit my garden cart in underneath here again, like I did with the rabbit house, how I moved the rabbit house. I think I got enough room there in the middle to get the garden cart in underneath, and I think I should be able to pivot it up and fit that in there. But I'm just going to go ahead, give it a try, see what I can do. No real plan behind this. I may try to put a block of wood under the front just to make a bit of room to fit it in there. But other than that, this is just going to be a trial and error process. So I'm going to go ahead, try it out. there we are. The chicken brooder is now on its base frame. It's not secured to it just yet, so I'm going to take some 4-inch construction screws, drive them down on a few angles, you know, just to get it secured there and keep it from sliding around. I'm not going to move it anywhere from where it is already because I got it squared up nicely. But at the same time, I could possibly lift up the sides a little bit and squirt a little bit of construction glue in there. And we know how much I like the Donkey Kong glue, so I may do that. If anything, maybe I'll lift up the sides and I'll get my wife just to squirt a bead of glue across each side. And then I'll put in those construction screws, and this should be well secured at that point in time. But again, there's not going to be any big forces on this. All the weight from now on should hopefully just be in the base and, you know, tying on rope to the base to haul it anywhere it's going. So it doesn't need to be a big amount of securing done. But as I overdo things, I overbuild, because our weather is getting more intense and more unpredictable as the years go by. And I want to be prepared for those high winds like we've had already. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, probably recruit my wife there now to squirt a bit of glue for me, get some screws put in, and then we'll move forward with a bit of caulking and painting. Alright, see you there. And there we are, with everything secured onto the base, glued on with some Donkey Kong glue. It's time to repeat my ritual of excessive use of caulking. So I'm just going to put you guys into a little bit of groovy music, and I'm going to go around and put some caulk on every corner I can find. Alright, let's go. Alright, boys and girls, caulking is done. May have been a bit excessive, but if you know me, you know that I go to extremes when applying caulk, so it's all good to go. All the nooks and crannies are filled, even some that probably didn't need to be, and hopefully that will just extend the longevity of the project and not have to go back and rebuild this, you know. So that is done. That needs to cure up and dry a bit before any paint gets put on top. So I'm going to move on now, get some supper with my wife, and basically we'll come back. We may come back to this and start applying paint, or maybe another project that I have on the side outdoors to do with the compost pile. But we'll see. All depends on how fast this caulking sets up, and we'll go from there. But we're not done just yet, although even though I'm likely fast forwarding and skipping and editing out a lot of the caulking process here, that was a lot of work. Alright, so between getting this brooder onto the frame, secured, glued on, and all the seams caulked, I'm already up to a couple hours work or more. So there's only so far that I'm going to push this day through. So we'll see what else we get on the menu, and we'll get on to it as soon as we come right back. Alright everybody, so supper is done, and I'm back here checking on the brooder again, and the caulking is still quite tacky, so I'm probably going to let this continue to cure, and I'd like to give it a day or more to really set up properly. And sometimes when it cures in these big gaps that I got to put into, it can tend to crack a little bit and need an extra little bit of refilling. So I'd rather it be done properly than try to rush paint onto it and just end up doing a bad job. So the brooder is going to be at a standstill for now. We're going to move on to another project. But before I move on to that project, I do want to give you guys that update that I mentioned about the poults, the hens, and the chicks, whatever we want to call them at this point in time, and the baby bunnies. Alright, the baby bunnies are what? Going on a month old now, maybe, or 3 weeks? I can't even keep it straight anymore. But yeah, what is it? Let's say we're up to probably 3 weeks old, somewhere around there. So anyways, I'll give you that update, and then we'll move on and finish off probably the last project of the day, and that'll be it for this video. So let's go into the house first and check on the chickies. Alright, back over to our brooder, and look at these girls. They are growing like weeds. And they are active as could be. What's this? What's this? Let's see if Dorothy will go for a little flight here. She tends to like to fly up to the island. See if we can catch it on video. Wolfie's trying to jump up. Did he get out? Yeah, he's down there. Or she, I keep mixing up the he's and the she's. So yeah, it's a big change from probably the last time you saw these girls. Other than that, they kind of just hang out on the edge of the brooder. I've replaced the basic feeder with my PVC type feeder. And I'll do another video someday soon of making this PVC feeder, but I do have one in the meantime on the channel. And I'll be repeating the process. And their basic water is doing just fine. So there you go, that is the chicken update. These girls are getting bigger and bigger every day, like I said, so they need to get into the brooder, the new brooder, outdoors ASAP. So like I say, these chickens are just starting to smell now in the house, and that's not what we're after. We enjoyed the little chickie stage with them. They're now feathered out poults, so time for them to move outdoors. Okay, let's go up to the rabbit coop and give you an update up there. Alright, here we are at the rabbit coop. Let's get inside out of the wind. And we'll just go straight to the money shots. Look at these. Look at all the bunnies. Here's the nesting box. They're not even interested in the nesting box anymore. They're all out here. Watch this. Drinking water. Feed is pretty much empty. So they're eating feed and drinking water already. I would think that they're still drinking milk from the mother every now and then, but they are taking turns at the waterer. Mommy's still grooming them. Let's open this up here now. Let's see some little buns. Alright. Some little skittish ones. Some not so skittish. We got 7 cute little buns here. And mama. They're little white albinos. Two pure white albinos. One just like the mom with the smoky nose and ears. 2 calico. Very similar. This one's definitely very similar to the dad, to Cookie. We got a black one, a brown one. There you go. So 7 awesome little buns. As long as they don't jump. Alright, so I had to get that feeder filled up, but the water is working out great. Even the little bunnies are figuring it out. I'll take the chew sticks out of here. Chew that down to the core. So there you go. There's 5, 6, 7. And a mama. So, bunnies are growing up super fast. They're all growing up so fast. The bunnies and the chickens are all massive now. Sounds like some guys out on bikes getting after it. But that's it for here in the rabbit coop. That's your baby bunny update as the bikes pass by outside. Alright, we'll catch you guys back in the garage. Actually, I probably won't see you guys in the garage. I'll let you know what the next project is before I leave the rabbit coop here. Alright, so as I said, the caulking on the chicken brooder needs to set up a bit longer. Some of it's still tacky, and some in some of the spots where I used a lot, it's still almost fresh. So I'm going to give it a good 24 to 48 hours to cure. But I do have one more project I need to do, and that is over at the compost pile. I got some pallets, and I've been meaning to expand the second bay and enclose that for quite some time. So it's time to do that, set up a second compost bay. It's going to involve some raking, some shoveling, some screws, some glue, some plywood, something to hold the joins together, and that should be about it. So it should be a quick job, but no, is there really such thing as a quick job? Maybe. But with the wind, I'm probably not going to be able to, have much in the way of sound. I'll probably have some music and little overlay music and fast forward through this. So probably just be a quick little featurette of expanding the compost bin, and we'll come back and we'll sign off, and that'll be it for today. All right, let's get to the compost pile. Let's make it one bit better. And that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, I might have called my channel Ambition Acres because there's a lot of ambition there, but my sense of time and effort and weighing that out and how long things are going to take, I haven't really got that skill down pat just yet. So anyways, no paint on this just yet. We're going to let it cure, let it set up, get nice and finished, probably even put another coat of caulking in different areas if it cracks and pulls apart. But there's a lot of work done today, right? The brooder is on the base, compost is taken care of, everything is caulked and glued and screwed and sealed and all that. So you got a little chicken update, you got a rabbit update, you know, it's a pretty good mix I think for this video. So we'll call it quits there. Probably be a couple of days or more before I get back at recording again. I got a few things coming up, so I'll be back with you guys ASAP. We'll get back at this chicken brooder, get some paint on it, get some mesh put in the windows, work on a roof, so on and so forth, and hopefully get it out on the land. Maybe in the next 2 videos, maybe 1. We'll see how that ambition pays out, right? So until that happens, hope you enjoyed this video, and until the next video, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, take care of each other, and peace out.